Hello, good morning. I hope everyone's doing well. Spring has well and truly arrived, which means the SK is finally back out of hibernation. I taxed it the other day, and I do have a couple of bits that I need to do with it. So I've come up to do a few little jobs to it. Firstly, make sure it starts and moves and does what I want it to do. So there's going to be a nice little cold start video. Well, it's not that cold up here, it's about 14 degrees up here today, it's quite mild. I might, if I can find the other video, I did a few years back, I did take another video of this. I started it in January a few years back, about 0 degrees. So if I can find that, I'll put that on there for comparison. It's not been started for about 4 months. But I'm not too worried, it should be alright, normally it is. And then there's going to be a couple of other little jobs I want to try and give it a wash off, and if I can find the inclination and the time, well, more the inclination, I'd like to check the gearbox oil level and the hub oil levels, and maybe the diff if I can get around to it. It sounds really bad. I've owned this lorry for about 10 years. I've never once bothered checking the gearbox or the back axle levels. I've just never bothered. It's a really bad thing to say, really lazy, especially considering the vehicle's 32-year-old now. So there's no excuse for it. I should have checked it years ago, but that's what we'll do now. So start her up, get it outside, give it a quick wash, and then I'll see if I've got enough tools with me to check some levels on the back end. Right, so going to start with the rear hubs. There's no particular reason why I'm starting with the rear hubs, probably because they're the easiest things I can get to. I'll put a little pen mark on there just so I can see where I need to go back to. I have got an Allen key, so we'll see if this undoes it. That's on there, isn't it? That's not a little gun. Huh. Right. Might have to go to plan B. Okay, so we have to circle back to the hubs. Unfortunately, I've not brought any breaker bars with me. Maybe I'm relying too heavily on electric stuff. To be fair, this gun is very good. It undoes most things I want it to. So we'll try with this. This shouldn't be nearly as tight. I'll be very surprised if it was. Yeah. Right. Let's see if there's any oil in there, shall we? Oh, certainly smell it already. Oh yeah, there's oil in it. Probably can't see on the camera. There definitely is oil in there. I've got no real reason to think. Got no real reason to be concerned about this, because it's completely dry around the back. There's no sign of any oil anywhere. It's more just a matter of course, really. But that has got oil in it. I might see if I've got anything just to give it a tiny little top up with. Whilst I'm here, I might also give the brake pins, whatever you call them, shackle pins, an oil up whilst I'm here. Look a bit dry. Okay, so fortunately I do have some Axle oil. I know the bottle just looks like a plain bottle, but there is actually Shell rear axle oil in this. So I'm going to clamber back underneath and give it a top up. It doesn't want much. It's not really leaking anything, so yeah, I'll do that, and then try to have a look at the gearbox. Right, so we're just about there now. Just on the level. To be fair, it took a litre. It'd probably take a tiny bit more, but we're literally about there now, so that'll do. I'll put the plug back in. I won't use the gun, I will use my hand for that one. And then we'll see if I can find a level plug for the gearbox. Right, okay, so we're underneath the vehicle now, underneath the gearbox. I believe that's the filler plug. Certainly the right size for it. I'm guessing with these vehicles, all the filler plugs or drain plugs are 14mm. So that's the size of Allen key that this is. I think. Yeah, 14. So 14mm fits in there. So I'm guessing all the drain plugs, filler plugs are 14mm. Drain plugs. There's at least two on this. There's one at the front. And I think that might be, I'm probably going to say it's completely wrong, because it's lorry gearbox is a bit of a strange thing there. I think it's splitter at the front, so I think it's a splitter at the front of the gearbox in your main gearbox, which will explain why you've got that drain bung there. And then at the very back is, I believe, the range change. But yeah, so that's what I think there is. So just going to see about taking this bung out, if I can get the light sorted out. Right, okay, so I might have to try and do it by hand on this one, because I don't think I've got enough space to get my gun in there. Oh, right, hold on a minute. I'll have to get a bar for that. Oh. that's rather tight. Oh, got it. Yeah, I was getting a bit desperate for a bar. Found this trailer rear hitch link instead. Right. Oh, bloody light. Okay. Right. Here we are. Hold on. The thread looks a bit wet, which is always a good sign. Right, not sure where to show you inside this one, so I'll have to have a look or get a cable ties, a dipstick, and I'll let you know. Sure you guys see that in there because my camera's in the way, but the level is actually just below the fill mark, so I'll put a little bit in and then we'll put the plug back in and call it a day for this little bit. Right, this one's about all fill up now. This, well, it is fill up. It is I actually did fill to spill on this one, so this one is actually full. Both the gearbox and the rear axle have taken about 1 litre of oil. 3/4 of a litre to 1 litre of oil, I'd say. So so it's taken a bit, but let's say they weren't too bad. If I wasn't such a skinflint, I'd if I can get this in. If I wasn't such a skinflint, I would give me a sec. Right. Here we are. There we go. Right. Yeah, so what I was trying to say underneath there, whilst also struggling to do the filler up, was if I wasn't such a skinflint, I'd probably treat this to a complete transmission fluid change. But it's not. It's 32 odd years old, 1994. But it's only done a couple of 100,000 kilometres. It's showing about 70,000 on the tacker head, but I know from the history that it had a new tacker head at 100-something thousand. So it's only done a couple of 100,000. So for the moment, I'll just top the levels up, and that'll probably do it forever and a day. Okay, so I'm just at the front end here. I've just been adjusting the fan belt, one of my regular little jobs. Giving the fan belt a bit of adjustment, and then I was having a look around the front, as you do, just give a general check on everything, and I spotted an issue, and I don't know how clear it'll come up on the camera, but that radiator drain bung is leaking. Now this design of drain bung is still in use today. I don't know if it's the latest. I can't remember if the latest S-Ways have got them or not. But I know they were definitely still in use up to the Euro 6 RV codes before they went to the S-Ways. I don't know if they still are or not. But and you've got to be quite careful with this style of drain bung. And the reason being is what happens is that plastic cap, they snap off, and then the rest of it is just hollow, so it lets all the coolant out. And it was one of the regular things that we used to check on maintenance and replace, and they even caused 2 or 3 breakdowns where I used to work. So fortunately I had to rummage through my old breakdown bag back when I used to do breakdowns, and I had one. So that's what they are. And like I say, what happens is, oh, I can't see it. Okay. What happens is this cap snaps off, and then the coolant all disappears down that hole there. They're only nipped up on the newer ones. It does state 2 Newton meters, so it's not even, I say it's not even nipped up. It's literally just kiss it and that's it. But the edge is serrated. It's a serrated edge on these, so it's rule of thumb. It's usually 2 to 3 clicks as soon as you hit the serrated, and that's it. So like I say, it should take 2 seconds to change. The only other thing you've got to be a bit careful of, and something that has happened to me before, is when I've gone to undo it, the head's then snapped off. So you've then had to quickly wang a Torx piece up into there to get the rest of it out. So I'll move the camera out of the way, because I'm not going to drain the coolant. I'm literally just going to quickly yank it out and chuck the new one straight in. So I'll move the camera out of the way, and we'll quickly do that. Coolant always has a horrible taste in it. Oh, that's tight, isn't it? Oh. Is this where I find they're actually different? Shouldn't be. I'm quite surprised at how tight that was. I wasn't expecting it to be that tight. I say normally it should, well, unless it's where it's been there for so long, but normally it's like 2 clicks. So it should be very loose normally. Just get a rag. Right, I'll show you what I mean when you do these up. So at the moment, it's not actually all the way done up yet. We've just gotten to the point where the seal's going to go in. So it's out of the way. So it should literally be 1, 2, and that is it. That is literally it. Like I say, it's a serrated tooth. It seems pathetically loose, but never had one come out. And where I used to work, they had best part of 120 tract units at one point. It's a bit of a catch-22 because it makes life so much easier for doing coolant changes, or if you've got to drain the coolant system for whatever reason. But at the same time, you do have to keep an eye on. Like I say, it's a regular thing we used to check on inspections. But as long as you know you've got to keep an eye on it, it's not really an issue, to be fair. I was going to top the coolant up, but I'm not sure it's even worth it. I was panicking now because it's ain't dripping. I thought, oh no, what's gone wrong? But it's where I washed it. This rubber seal's full of water. I thought I was in trouble then. Yeah, it's I'm not really 100% certain how high I meant to have that in the header tank. I just figure if it's about halfway and I can see it, it's probably about right. So it's probably not really worth. I might put a drop in there, but it's probably not worth me topping it up. But yeah, that dripping I heard earlier was coming out of here. It was this sill had filled up with water and just dripping out of that. Yeah, I started panicking and I heard all this rain coming through. I thought, God, all I did was change the drain bung. So yeah, that's alright. That's alright, it's all good. Right, so I need to apologise for being an absolute moron. There's me complaining that I can't get this bung out to check the level. Well, of course, on this I've got two bungs. That's normally the drain bung, but I just rolled the truck forward a bit, so I'm somewhere along the right area. So we'll give this another go. Straight out. Wish I did that the first time now. You can't see much in there, can you? It's just a bloody great big hub reduction in the way. Oh, my seal's seal on the plug's broken, unfortunately. Well, you can see that the seal on the plug's broken, so I dare say I can find something to replace it with. Don't know how well this is going to work because I can't actually get the nozzle in very far because there's a bloody great big gear in the way. I'll grab a spanner and that's that side done. Go to the other side next. I will circle back to the bung on the other side because I've not got a I haven't actually got an aluminium washer the right size, so oh, that one's full. God, that's a pleasant surprise. That was right up. Ah, that's right in. So that about wraps it up for this video. So I managed to get there eventually with the rear hubs. I really don't know why I didn't think about it whilst I was there at that moment in time. So yeah, so finally after over 10 years, finally checked all the oil levels. I'm happy with that. Another little job I did do, I don't think I mentioned it at the beginning of the video, is when I got this back from the sprayers, the near side mirror on this electrical adjusted, and it did work. When I got it back, it didn't work, and I always thought to myself, it's probably just a plug that's not been pushed back in properly. So before I started this up and moved it, I thought I'd actually look into it. And of course, me being me, I took every panel off that I didn't need to take off. I took off the door card, I took off the kick panel down the passenger footwell. And then eventually I thought, oh, I'll take the bottom cover off the mirror arm. And lo and behold, behind the little cover that's held on by one screw behind the mirror arm is set connectors. Well, I say set connectors, 4 connectors. I'm assuming 2 for the heated mirror and 2 for electrical adjustment, I guess. And yeah, one of those wasn't actually pushed home properly, so what should have been a 1-minute job I turned into probably a 20-minute job, taking everything apart that I didn't need to take apart, but that's okay. So yeah, that's probably about it really for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it interesting. Hope you have a good weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.